What's up, bro? We're here, dude.
We're here. We're finally doing it, man.
We're finally doing it, dude.
Yeah, we're gonna get deplatformed very quickly.
Yeah, just so anyone is aware, if anything is said or done today by me, Cole is Jewish, so it's like I'm absolved of anything I do or say today.
That's how you do
right?
it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, a year ago, I think that would have worked. Now it's we don't know.
We don't know.
You got a Jewish friend, you know what I mean? Now
It's wild, bro. Right now, it's weird how it's come back like this.
Well, first of all, like things aren't that bad for us. Let's just be honest. In American Jews, like, you know what I mean? There's a lot of like, the word the Holocaust. It's like, no. We're doing okay. There's no real serious threats of violence now. Obviously, it's crazier than I would have anticipated. And I don't claim to know everything, but it is. That's what I say. I say Jewish is edgy now. Yeah. I can assure you, I did not see that coming that day. Where you can piss your dad off by dating a Semite with leaky gut. Sorry,
This term to goys. I didn't know this was like a thing. I love that word actually. It's a fun word.
Is now the Gentiles are figuring out the words we had that they didn't know about, our little secret language. Yeah. So the secret's out a little bit.
I actually like goy. Goy's kind of cute.
Goy's fun.
Yeah, I like them.
It's fun. Yiddish is fun. It's a fun little goofy fake language that we do, Yeah.
It is wild though, like, because I'm on Twitter a lot, or X, and it is crazy how like this whole battle, I guess you could say, between Christianity and Judaism is coming back full circle again. Yeah,
you guys are gonna win, I think. Again,
this is just weird. It's just weird.
Yeah.
It's not even you guys, because I don't even know what I am.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, it's just weird how it's coming back, and like, obviously with 2020 it was more so just a racial thing, but now it seems like it's back to religion again.
Yeah,
which is interesting to see.
Yeah, it seems like we got away from tribalism, at least in this country and in the West, where it was like, doesn't matter what race you are, doesn't matter, like we're all the same. It seems like the last couple years we're starting to get back to like, no, they're different than me. They're, you kind of feel a weird
separation,
uncoupling that's going on, as we move away from, kind of a global marketplace and back to like, bring our jobs back, it's kind of interesting.
So you went to college out here in LA?
I went to a couple. I went to junior college in LA.
Okay.
I graduated from a Christian school in Texas. I went to a couple other schools. I went to a graduate school briefly and then stopped the day the football season ended.
Were you smart? Like, what did you study and stuff like that?
Yeah, I did finance undergrad.
Gotcha.
But I was never good at math or any of that, and I knew inevitably I probably wasn't going to do finance, but I was like, if I'm here, I might as well get something that, you can maybe do something with instead of like, art, history. I don't know. Which would have been fun, but.
Yeah, I agree. That wasn't me farting. That was.
No, it's okay.
My chair, by the way.
Cool.
You're already getting blown up, dude. Look at you. Is that your boss?
It's Nick Dervasila.
Oh, fuck that guy.
You know what, Nick?
Fucking Nick, dude. Oh, my God. Fucking Nick. No, I love Nick.
Anyway, man, let's... Who do you think is going to win the presidential election?
Come on.
No, honestly, like, who do you think, like, in your, if you had to bet money on one side or the other, or a third or fourth?
It's got to be Trump, right? It's got to be.
Here's my theory about it. And why, even if I wasn't a Trump fan, I would secretly kind of root for Trump.
Okay, I like this.
In a weird way. I think this is a little bit different, but I do believe this. We've already had 4 years of Trump. The world did not explode. It's not going to be the same jarring shock that it was the first time. We're going to be okay. Nothing's going to get done. He's a lame duck. He'll have 4 years. He'll be a constant fight for 4 years.
Right.
But what it will do is... all of the people on January 6th who said the election was rigged, yada, 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 if he wins this time, that would make them look kind of stupid because you go, well, it does work. He won this time, which means he lost the second and he won the first time against Hillary,
Right.
which would kind of settle a lot of the. And again, I don't know. I don't count the votes. I have no idea. But why would they not let him in and then do everything in their power, even outside of politics, litigate the hell out of him to tire him out, essentially, so that he can't win or run or disparage his name or whatever, which is not working, and let him win now? It wouldn't make sense. So I do think now if he doesn't win again, then the same people are going to go, the election was rigged, and there's no proof either way.
Right. So you're more so proving that the voting system does work? Is that what we're talking about?
If Trump wins, it at least gives the perception that democracy still exists in this country.
I see.
And it's very funny that the people who are telling you that if he wins, democracy is over, are the same ones trying to get him off of the ballot unilaterally
100%,
before the populations of those states can vote on if they want. That's the crazy part where you have to go, okay, something is going on.
100%.
Very
dude.
weird.
100%. I mean, it's in people's faces now, bro.
Yeah.
It really is. Like, and if people are just kind of just like, don't see it, I don't know what to say. Like, you can't say anything.
Yeah, I think some people are starting to. Bill Maher is speaking to more than just Democrats now. There's a whole wing of the Republican Party that watches Bill Maher now. I know this because I know these people. I'm, one of these people. I'm not a Republican, but because he's just speaking about things that make sense, and he's a comic, so he's critical enough to and inquisitive enough to go, okay, well that doesn't make any sense. Okay, if I've had COVID, why would I? And I'm healthy otherwise. There's no way natural immunity is not stronger than a relatively unproven over the long run vaccination. Is that misinformation, or is that just like, let's not do things we don't have to do?
Yeah. And Bill Maher said that?
Well, I'm sure, yeah. I mean, reasonable people are saying that.
Yeah.
They were saying it when it was happening. Okay, hold on. I can go to a restaurant with my mask on, and when my food comes, all of a sudden I can't infect anybody, so let me take it down. And then
that whole time was so weird, bro.
And this is the greatest country to have ever existed.
Right. In
terms of, GDP and impact, whatever. And we're doing the silly things, and we know they're silly, but some of us are choosing to put our blinders on and go, I just trust. It's like, if you trusted the government so much, I mean, I guess the better way to describe it is, if you have distrust for the government, why would you want to give it more power?
Right.
And give it your money and make it bigger? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. But you see it with with the left more so, that they trust their government, and government jobs have actually freaking skyrocketed.
It's flipped. It's flipped. We're experiencing, it seems like a flip-flop of the parties. Even when we were kids, the conservative party was, you don't ask questions, you just go along, the government's doing their things overseas and elsewhere, you don't ask questions, we trust them. And the liberals and the Democrats were, hey, what we're doing over here is not right, let's start thinking. And then it flipped somehow.
It's weird, huh, how that's done that. I think it's more so like a psychological flip, like how they're playing it.
Yeah.
In a sense, whoever they are.
Right.
But that's how they're playing, it seems like. It's more psychological than values.
You, for instance, you were telling me that you and your family were lifelong Democrats.
Yeah, lifelong, dude.
And now you're finding yourself, not that your views have really changed all that much, but you're finding yourself on the other side of the aisle now through no fault of your own. But the Republican Party used to never represent the interests of the working class.
Right.
Now, because of Donald Trump, they do. That's a very crazy seismic shift in this country that there's going to be a reshuffling of the parties that may be unrecognizable to someone who isn't around today to see it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just and the whole fucking, it's just a mess, dude. That's all it is. It's just a fucking mess.
Right. And I saw that clip of you talking about how you're trying to enjoy it and you're treating it like the WWE, which I think is almost the right thing to do, probably, because how much of an impact do we have? And B, the president, what has more of an impact? Our mayor and our local legislature here in Los Angeles or the president.
That's very true, dude.
But nobody cares, you know.
We're so focused on the guy up top.
Right.
That all these little guys are scheming, dude.
And the characters are hilarious now.
Amazing.
These used to be,
dude.
you know, somewhat serious people.
Yeah.
They're not anymore.
No.
So it's your fault for having fun with
They're
it?
all GTA characters, dude.
They're GTA characters.
Every single one of them. They're all GTA characters. It's amazing, dude.
Yeah,
it's a circus, bro.
Yeah.
Did you grow up? What did you and your family grow up like? Conservative or more?
Well, I grew up in Los Angeles, and my father was in the entertainment industry.
Okay.
And I knew.
Was he Jewish?
Yeah, he's my father's Jewish.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So what I was always told was, we don't necessarily believe what everyone else believes. You don't talk about it because it's a really quick way to not get work in this town. If anyone thinks there's any dissent from whatever, you know, left-wing thing or whatever, my parents are not Republicans, but they were, you know, I guess what the modern Bill Maher wing of whatever is. But I always was told, just, you don't say anything, just don't whatever, just go along with it. Because I went to one of these schools where we called our teachers by their first names.
Oh, wow.
Like, very bizarre. And my dad is not one of those type of people. He's very old school, but, you know.
So it was the state then that was kind of like the school that you went to was a private school?
It was a private school.
Private school,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, it's still around. The Oaks.
First name?
First, you know what I'm saying that is?
Bro.
To walk into your third grade class and be like, "What's up, Ron?" It's like, you grade the test? Like, that was what it was. It was
what the hell?
insane.
I hear school's crazy now, though, dude. Did you hear like you can pass with a 20% now? That's like a thing.
Yeah, I don't doubt it.
It's wild.
In fact, not only do I not doubt it, I've actually heard that as well. That they're just passing
everybody
like, through.
How is that? That's ridiculous, bro. That is crazy talk.
I guess in the old days you could do something about it. Now, yeah, we have a comedian friend that I can't remember his name, so how much of a friend is he? But he's a teacher, and he was talking about how just because of the liability, you can't say anything to these kids. You can't discipline these kids. I'm not saying physically, but like, you know, in any way. So it's really just these kids just running rampant, and the teachers go, I can't do anything because if I do or say anything, a parent gets involved. The school just says, hey.
Dude, that's scary, dude. There's no like authority. Not authority is great, but you need some sort of authority, especially as with kids.
You
dude.
do. Like,
they're just running rampant. Like what you said, that's fucking terrible.
Right.
And then how about that? When we were younger, it was always respect your elders. Like, I would never call my teacher by their first name. It was weird. Like, even now that I'm 34, I still get weirded out when I call someone older than me by like.
No, dude, it was so. This school was so great in many ways. Like, they made us public speak. We barely did math. We literally would do plays and things. Like, it really helped me now for what I'm doing now. But I remember in kindergarten, they asked everyone in the class, they go, whose parents hit them? And it's like me and like the one Mexican kid raise our hand, you know what I mean? And they're like, you need to stay after. They wrote letters to our parents about like child abuse.
That is insane.
If you know anything about kids who get disciplined by their parents, that is the worst thing you can do.
Yeah.
It's like, unless you have some type of witness protection program, I'm not giving him this letter, you moron. That's how you get hit, missus. Like, what? It's so dumb. Like,
that's wild,
and this
bro.
was 06, 05. So this PC wave that the rest of the country is experiencing now, I lived it in Los Angeles as a kid. For most of my life, that was, you know, and now all this other stuff. And
how was the kind of the gay population out here? Because I'm not gonna lie, moving out here and I'm from Vegas, but moving out here and seeing, like, I moved out here in 2015, 2016, but I was very surprised at how many people were open about their sexuality out here.
Oh yeah, I mean everybody. Like my godfather's gay. Everybody, you know what I mean.
Not that I mind.
No. I just the way I say it now is gays are the new Republicans. Like they're at, you know, now there's all the other stuff, and gay people are like, no, fuck that. You know what I mean?
I love
I'm not
it.
putting my money towards, you know, because they have a lot of disposable income. A lot of times, no kids, whatever. Yeah, but like, I don't. That is one thing. Like in my act, I don't say like gay in a derogatory, A, because I feel like it's kind of lazy, and B, I don't want all the gay people to know I make fun of them. No, I'm kidding. No. I just, you know, because it's not, I really feel like it's not a choice. You know, I've always felt that way. But again, I'm from here. It's just, but you go other places and you realize people don't.
Yeah, dude.
Think that way.
And it's crazy because the way you look like a Midwest fucking honky tonk motherfucker, dog.
Right. That's what everybody says. And I've always looked like this. I've always been a thick little kid running around, you know, covered in mud playing sports.
Yeah.
Which, you know, I don't know. But for you in Vegas, Nevada's kind of a purple state. Right?
It goes back. Lately, it's been very liberal. Like for the past, I'd say since probably Obama. Like the Bush, they were I think a little conservative, maybe.
Right.
But since Obama, it's been pretty much blue.
And it'll never go back.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. This time around, I think they're projected to go Trump, to go red for this election.
Yeah.
Which is wild. Which is great. You know.
Right. Yeah. The polls are so. I think polls, you used to be able to trust them, but the last 3 election cycles, it's almost been like
either that or they're just putting so much fucking, like, they're playing a psychological war game with us. They're putting so much misinformation in our head and making us so fearful of the voting, where the whole time it's just like, it's been the same since fucking.
Yeah.
We're not doing anything shady. We're just trying to make them think that we're doing crazy.
I heard Brian Callen actually talk about this a while ago. Because he has that podcast, I believe, with Sam Tripoli.
Okay.
Where Brian will kind of take, you know, the more moderate stance, and Sam's got all the conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
And what Brian said, which really made a lot of sense to me, was I don't think the government is as conspiratorial against its people in the way we think it is. Because government is so big, it's so hard to organize all those people at one time to unilaterally do one thing or the other. What he said was that government is so inefficient that all of these crazy things happen, and all of these, like, you know, little bureaucratic entities operate on their own at the same time, to where it's so out of control that it doesn't make sense. Because of course it doesn't make sense, because it's, you know, but in a weird way it operates the same way, where there are these things that, you know, maybe mistakes, but to us they seem like conspiracies. And there's certainly conspiracy. How do we not know about JFK? How do we, like, come on, that's the most ridiculous. If that would have happened now, there would have just been no way, because camera phones, whatever else.
Agreed.
But
Trump was supposed to release those documents. He was supposed to release them like his last year he was president.
And that's going to be my question for you. Is there's a lot of things Trump said he would do that he didn't do.
Right.
But his fan base is not.
We don't see that, dude. We just see Daddy Trump, and we're like, dude.
Right. They're not upset with him.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Daddy Trump can do no wrong, folks.
Right. Like, people are still coming through the wall.
Yeah, dude, yeah.
Did he build a wall? I don't even know.
No, I hear this wall was just shitty material. Like, it was just so easy. Like, it looked like those steel bars made it look like they were going to be like this tremendous fucking wall that no one could fucking pass through. And then it ended up just being fucking like cage.
So he did something, though.
He did something, but I mean, it's like, at the end of the day, that's like, I don't think you can do anything with a border. I don't like. Does every other country have like a border wall? Right, obviously the Great Wall of China.
That was where I was. I guess stop the Mongols, kinda. Yeah, those guys were savages. But I don't know. But I watched the 60 Minutes. Jesse, it's literally a slit this big in the wall.
Right.
That, like, there's like a mountain next to it.
Oh, really?
And there's a slit, and people were just walking. It's like, you can't put 2 more bars. Like, come on. You can't. I don't understand.
That's Joe Biden's fault, dude. Okay, that's Joe Biden.
No, but like, but the fact that we're bringing them in here and we're doing all that stuff and basically just letting everybody go scot free, that is on President Biden.
Yeah,
like the way it's being handled.
Okay,
but like the actual infrastructure of the wall itself that Donald Trump promised he would build.
There's gonna be no wall ever built. I do think we just need people there, manning the border. That's one thing for sure. I think we need. I don't think we need. These people need to come in troves and troves, fucking carrying fucking 3 generations of their family over the fucking.
Right, and it's not. I mean? It's not even just Latin Americans. It's people from
everybody, China, fucking Syria,
all over the world.
Yeah, bro, it's wild right now. It's crazy. But that is kind of scary that fucking Trump's fucking going around saying that he's going to just hold a mass deportation of everybody. Like, that's crazy talk. You know what I mean? But it's what gets the people going. It's like that WWE circus shit.
Right.
Like, he knows how to do it. If there's one person that knows how to do it, he's the guy who knows how to do it.
Yeah. He is brilliant in his simplicity and in his balls. Nobody's got balls like that guy, whether you love him or hate him.
Yeah, dude.
You can't, you just can't argue. Like I think it's pretty obvious at this point that Joe Biden is not calling the shots.
Right. Okay.
Which is
interesting.
Sad that unelected bureaucrats, and that's the thing with Trump that you cannot deny, is he went in there and he said, look, we need to drain the swamp. Government's too big. Mm-hmm. There's these unelected people who have been here forever and they're not going anywhere and they're pulling all the strings. Yep. And everybody told you and him and me and everyone else, no, that's not true. That's not how it works, yada, yada, yada. He goes in, he fires a bunch of people, pisses a bunch of people off, threatens to disband, intelligence agencies. He leaves. Joe Biden comes in, someone who's clearly not able to govern a country, let alone not talk about ice cream every 5 seconds.
I'm telling you, bro, like that.
And they go, there's no bureau. Who's running it then? Not this guy.
Yeah.
Not President Poopy Pants.
Yeah, exactly, dude. And people can say whoever they want is running it, all conspiratorial, and you know what I mean, whether it's Obama, the CIA, or whoever, Hillary, you know what I mean, whoever it is. Right. But at the end of the day, it's like, bro, this guy is still on the ballot, right? Yep. And he is like, and what was it, that thing where they try to like persecute him? But they said because he wasn't he's cognitively not there that they couldn't.
Oh, I didn't.
Yet he's still able to be president.
I didn't see that. I just know that both sides are using the same arguments against each other. First, it was Trump at Mar-a-Lago with the classified documents. Oh my God, he's the devil. We found out Joe Biden, as the vice president, was shoving him down his pants and had maybe more and more classified documents. And then the right all of a sudden is prosecuting him. So it's like it is just teams now. It's the red team and the blue team, and then kind of this middle that appears to be growing. Hopefully, a guy like RFK can really make. I don't know if he'll win, but make a real impact in terms of just his percentage of the vote.
Is that who you like for this one?
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Yeah.
At least no one's perfect, but at least he's an honest guy. It seems. Like no one's going to do anything anyway. Might as well
try something different.
Yeah,
yeah. I agree with. Try something different. But then at the end of the day, it's like
which is Trump. Trump's different too, I guess, right?
Yeah. I think they're all part of the same team. I think they all get a cut of whatever's going on, and they're just like, let's just make this theatrical.
So what's your kind of macro, broad spectrum view of American politics and how it works?
To be honest with you, I have no idea how it fucking works.
But
but the view of it is that it's entertainment at this point. Like they've made it entertainment. Right. Like there's no like, even if we did find someone honest like RFK, there are still things about him where I'm like, what the fuck? This is weird.
Of course,
right? Like fucking number one, his wife's fucking a CIA or something like that. She's like
what?
Yeah,
she's on Curb Your Enthusiasm.
No, it's like either her family or something like that is part of the CIA.
Really?
Yeah, something like that. And then fucking. The person he picked for vice president, which I don't know too much about, but I do know that she's like supported Biden and stuff like that. I don't know when. Yeah, you know what I mean, it could have been old Biden.
Well, he's a Democrat,
Yeah, exactly. Democrat. Yeah, exactly. I don't know where I was going with that. Oh, but my whole view of it, it is entertainment for me. Like I don't like. There's not. People's political views be whatever. You know what I mean? People come up to me and fucking try to they'll DM me and they'll just be like, "Hey, fucking Biden's doing a great job," and they'll tell me why, and I'll send them one link, and then they just go kind of quiet.
People you know, or just random
people I know. People I know would be like, "Yo, Biden's not doing that bad of a job here," and they'll bring up something specific like his, let's say his jobs, right? And it's just one fucking search. It's just one search, dude, and then you just find out all this shit about this job. I mean, just look what happened now. We raised the minimum wage in California, and all these fast food workers are losing their fucking jobs.
Yeah.
Because these corporations, they don't want to fucking pay that. And not only that, everyone's moving to AI. Everyone's moving to robots, dude. Right? Like, I think it's McDonald's. They have a couple places now where it's the entire McDonald's is ran on robots.
I went to one. I went to a Carl's Jr. that was like that.
Where?
Right by my house in
no kidding.
Atwater. Yeah,
no
like
shit.
Glendale, Atwater. Yeah, it goes, which I hate to say it, I would be on the side of protecting fast food workers if they weren't so bad at their
terrible.
goddamn job.
They're terrible.
It's like, dude, if you were really like made sure I was getting the right order every single time, at least 70% of the time, all right. But come on, dog. Like this thing doesn't miss.
Yeah, you don't got to worry about germs.
Hello.
It's got to worry about fucking anyone spitting in your food.
No, there was one person who works there who's giving you the food. I'm sure
that's strange.
They'll figure that part out
yeah.
with a mechanical
That's
arm
actually
of
very
some kind.
strange.
Yeah, he's just sweating because he's literally the only guy in the building.
That's crazy.
But yeah,
But that's what we're moving to, dude. Like, because we want to keep raising these wages, that corporations aren't going to want to pay that fucking hike, like the pay hike. So they're just going to be like, all right, we'll do the cheaper thing and just pay robots.
Right. Yeah, and it's sad. Like, I don't see a future without some type of adoption of a socialist kind of European kind of thing, because there's just I don't know if it's just the life cycle of a nation where the middle class inevitably disappears, or you exacerbate it by things like inflation, where the money it gets drawn into the people who have assets and away from people like you and me who are just trying to pay rent. But I just don't. How are you going to support these people without it?
Yeah,
I don't understand. With technology, there's no jobs for.
Right.
I mean,
again, it's like almost a full circle thing, right? Like these places are getting robots to work. I mean, we see now surgeries where robots are kind of doing their thing and doing surgery, and it's going to be, and the people like this generation who are passing with a 20% are going to have no skills. They're not going to be smart enough to do anything. I mean, I'd say this all the time. I went to a dispensary once, right? My tab was $35. I gave her $40. She had to use a calculator to decide how much money I get back. I swear. I was like, either she's super high or it's just that generation, bro. But it's insane to think like because I'm getting older, I'm gonna need people to take care of me, and these people can't even roll my goddamn fucking Chipotle burrito. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like it's wild, bro. I mean, and the thing is, it's weird saying this now because back when I was a kid, I would hear adults say this kind of shit. Oh, we're fucked. This generation doesn't know shit. And I don't know if we turned out okay. I think it's still too short to fucking find out. Like, right? Like, I think we need another 20, 30 years maybe to see how this goes. But it's just strange how what's the new norm. It's weird.
Yeah, and
standards. We've lowered our standards on everything, dude.
Right, and the weird thing too, like you talk about calculators. Like calculators, the invention of the calculator obviously makes everyone's life better. The world moves faster. Right. You get to focus on different things, whatever. But I think the real threat to national security, from what I understand, is a hacking of the grid. So if we become so overly reliant upon technology, which is powered by energy, however you're doing that, whether it's fossil fuels or whatever, everything's kind of non-renewable. That's what we're finding out. The electric car you're getting they're burning coal to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
But I don't even know where. But if the grid goes down, this hyper leveraging of our society, which may be good in certain ways, no one is going to have the skills to even survive.
Damn, that's so true.
Let alone, and I think, I hope it's not an inevitability, but I just think that is how modern warfare will be fought, because it's more effective, more lethal, and quicker than a traditional ground invasion is. And from what I understand, again, I don't know anything, but our policy since the Reagan administration from a cybersecurity perspective was, we're not going to invest as much in defense as we are in our offense. We are going to have the capabilities to hack everybody else's stuff to deter them from doing that to us. We don't even have the same kind of capabilities that maybe other nations or intelligence agencies or militaries have.
That's actually scary to think about. Damn.
Yeah, it's not good. And if I was a parent with a young kid, I mean, anxiety's going up, but I don't know what I don't know. I don't know what I would do. You got this helpless child going to school, and to think about we're not supposed to be thinking about this stuff.
Right.
For 99.9999% of human history, we did not think about these kind of large level, out of our control things. We're just thinking about,
Well, I think that we did a little bit, or maybe not every generation, but like fucking Vietnam getting drafted and shit like that.
Oh yeah.
And then I'm sure the whisperings of Vietnam when fucking the Gulf War came about. The Cold War.
I'm just saying in terms of just our are the human species. I'm thinking,
as a
real
whole.
lore. Yeah, you're not.
Okay.
You're thinking about your village, maybe. You're
Yeah.
thinking about an invasion from another city-state.
I see what you mean. Okay.
But you're not thinking about like nuclear war,
Yeah, that's true.
where just because if one of those bad boys gets shot off,
The rest of them are getting shot off, bro. Right?
right?
Like,
It's not. It's not just the policy is not just one and one.
yeah.
No. It's complete
annihilation.
evaporation, which doesn't even make sense.
Right. That's what I'm saying too. Right?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. But I mean, I guess that's what the policy is. My buddy and I, Mo Hassan, who we do the podcast together, we had Annie Jacobson on, who just wrote that book, Nuclear War Scenario, who I believe they're making a movie about it with the director from Dune. And she was talking about...
Denis Villeneuve?
Yeah.
For real?
It was today that we just found out.
Holy crap, dude.
Yeah, she's amazing, super smart, brilliant. But she was just telling us all about... kind of these procedures and things. We can see if a nuclear warhead is shot off within milliseconds.
What?
Millisecond. And I want people to read the book because it's a great book. But there's just a lot of things like there's so many complexities of it because once we know that a nuclear warhead has gone off, we don't know if it's directed to us, right?
Shit, dude.
And nuclear warheads often have to travel over other countries that are not involved in the conflict. So if you're one of those countries and in your airspace you see a nuclear warhead, even us, say someone's shooting something over the United States and we don't know, or directed in our direction.
Yeah.
We go, oh, that's a.
We're done.
Yeah, we don't know if it's for us or for somebody else, and then you shoot one. Like there's so many instances in history that we don't know about of like close calls of, oh, they're gonna fire something, we need to fire either in retaliation or before they get the chance to, of just bad intel, 1960s, still paper and like telephones.
Fucking what is it? Morse
Crazy.
code?
Yeah, exactly. Like crazy stuff where you're like, I'm no mathematician, but I almost think, I don't want to think about it. It's like, it's almost inevitable that some screw up is we're humans, that someone's going to screw something up.
Yeah, that's true.
But then we won't care. If we're dead, no one cares. That's the thing. If everyone's dead, no one cares anymore. It's getting very morbid, and I apologize. But
No,
like,
it's the truth. It's part of the truth.
Yeah.
Right? Like it could happen.
But I don't want to think about this.
But it's so hard not to think about it, especially when you get older, dude. Like I talked to my homie about this, and I was just like, God, dude, has it always been this bad? And he goes, Yeah, I think so. I just think we've grown up now, and we realize how bad it is.
Right, and
like,
there's more
kids,
access to information.
Yeah, true.
So for it's always been this serious for the powers that be, but I think the general populace has not been involved or is aware of what is going on. And a lot of us really don't have the reasoning skills. I apologize for saying that, to like really conceptualize what something may mean. But also we don't have control over it. So it's this weird kind of like, I can't really do anything about it. You know, if you work for the White House, you can't really do anything about it either, but you can do something.
Yeah.
You know, you are kind of making the decisions. But for us, we just have to sit here and go, please, I hope it.
So do you think, what do you think happens from here? Do you think like, what do you think needs to happen? Do you think we need like a whole restart of like what a government should be?
Well, I don't know. I'm not nearly smart enough or educated enough or any of that to know. But we do deal with people a lot. And we get to see, when we tell jokes on stage, we get to see kind of those underlying things that people may not talk about, but when you say something that resonates with them, that laughter bubbles up.
Yeah.
And you, okay. So people are scared and also giving up. Like this is the first time I think in our very young nation's history that people are actually just giving up and going, yeah, I'm not going to save and buy a house. I'm just going to travel for the rest of my life because it doesn't matter anyway. I have no shot of getting out of my situation anyway. Might as well just have fun. I think I'm almost positive this is the first time where that is happening on a large scale.
Interesting.
I don't know. I mean, you're a little older than me.
Yeah.
How do you still want to do the classic American dream, buy a home?
This
maybe
is
rent
crazy
it out,
that you
maybe?
just asked this, bro. And I was going to hold it off for like months to think about it, but I think, I don't know. I think I'm kind of done with LA and I want to do that do the family stuff with my girl.
I don't blame you at all.
You know what I mean? Like I've been with my girl for 7.5 years. I'm 34 years old. And it's like me chasing this dream about like maybe possibly doing stand-up, right? Having a podcast. It just feels right now for some reason very selfish of me. I actually just started reading the Bible, or at least audiobooks.
Yeah.
I did it right after Easter Sunday. I just started this week. Went through the
It's a great book.
Went through the book of Matthew.
Yeah.
And that me having this idea has been resonating with me for months, but now it's just like that's what my heart is telling me to do. It's like, dude, like you got to do something to where you can support your family, build for the next generation, right? Like me, again, like I said, going after this stand-up stuff and podcasts, it really felt like it was very selfish and it didn't feel right. It felt right in the beginning, but as of late, it just hasn't felt right for me.
Why do you think that is?
I think it feels like I am putting time into something that I thought I'd want, but I don't, and it's attention. I thought that me gaining the attention and fame, really, right? Not that I'm fucking famous or anything like that, but it's like
everybody can resonate with who does this, though.
Yeah, but like having almost like a magnifying glass put on me, because I started off not doing anything political, and then I went political, and now it seems like it obviously the backlash and stuff, especially being in LA. But it's like it feels like all that stuff, all that energy being put into that, I could be putting towards something else, and it's a family, and it's building something to where it can support that family for generations onward, right? And
here's the good news.
Yeah.
In the digital age, you can do this anywhere.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
You can even do stand-up anywhere.
Exactly.
The other thing is, it may open you up to lean into that political side of the art that you want to make, if you want to call it that, because you're going to be surrounded by people who also think that way.
Right.
You're from Vegas, but there's places in the country where if you grew up you were a Democrat and your parents were Democrats, you felt very ostracized. That's not a normal thing, and I'm not saying that's right or wrong, but it's not everything's L.A. LA is more dissimilar than the rest of the country is to itself. So if you want to move back to Vegas or to Texas or to Colorado or whatever, this is all available to you. Like that 100%. Myth of like you have to be in LA to make it.
Right.
Not that I've made it and that I know what I'm talking about, but just logically, it doesn't seem that it's necessary anymore. If you have a following, you could be on the South Pole.
Dude, and I'm not going to lie, we had this conversation the other day, seeing you do it on social media. For those of you who don't know, Cole what you said, November of 23, you had 4,000 followers?
Something like that. I don't know exactly what it was, but
and then now you have over 50,000, and it's because you post every day. That's the reason why I feel comfortable making this decision to possibly go back to Vegas and because it's like, dude, like that's all it is. If I want to do it, all you just have to follow is your formula.
Right.
That's literally it.
Well, I am sorry that I did that.
No, not at all.
I'm very sorry.
But it's like the thing where it's like I have the skills to do this, the technical skills. Stand-up is in Vegas, right? If anything, I'm going to be in front of more realer crowds anyway. So it's like one of those things where I feel like all around it's a win-win-win. Like being here and having the energy to compete with all these youngins and like these guys who have energy, you know what I mean? They're ambitious, they have the dream, and their eyes are still lit. Like I lost that shit, bro. Like there's no light in my eyes anymore. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like my focus and where I want to put my energy has layers to it as opposed to what I wanted fucking 6-7 months ago or the whole time I've been here in LA.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's what scares me too. Just selfishly looking at it is, like my favorite part of this whole thing is the writing, is the screwing around with your friends or by yourself at the coffee shop and you come up with a great joke. Mm-hmm. That's my favorite part actually, which I think is a good sign. I think if it was like, anything outside of that and what comes with it, that's where it's like, do you really love it or do you not? But like my favorite shit is just fucking around. But we all have that seeking attention. Even people who aren't comedians or entertainers. Yeah. Everybody wants attention.
Yeah,
that's why we're just honest about it.
Yeah,
but everybody does. We just on a larger scale, and we're more comfortable speaking, at least publicly, in a really scary way that people weren't used to. But yeah, I mean, I think, I don't know. I think, I hope because of social media that the cream will rise to the top because now there's less gatekeepers are necessary for you to get to the audience.
Right.
Now, as a comedian, you have a direct stream of communication with your audience. You almost don't even need an agent the same way you did.
No.
You almost don't need a studio to sign off. We've all got cameras on our phones now, and we're making stuff on our own.
Yeah.
Which is good, I think.
I think it's great.
Yeah, I think that's good. Social media obviously has negatives, but I think that part is good.
Yeah. Like, people are free to resonate with whoever they want to resonate with, right? Like,
you can find them.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. But yeah, dude, I just find it's one of those things, man, where I don't know. It's weird how that kind of shift happened within this past couple weeks. That, and I think it's because me and my girl, we've been very busy these past couple weeks. And dude, I did the math. We see each other about 2 hours a day. And it's like,
for not enough money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I look at kind of like what our lifestyle could be in Vegas, and it's like make more money and have more time with each other. Right.
Yeah.
So, and it's almost like a no-brainer, especially like we've finally come to the agreement that we want the same thing, and it's like it matched up at the same time, right? Like, before it was like either I wanted the dream and then she was like wanted to start a family and stuff like that, or vice versa. But now we've kind of agreed on the same thing.
Yeah.
So it just makes that decision. I mean, we haven't made that decision fully yet, but it's like the more and more we think about it, it's just like that's what we want more than this.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and I have no doubt that all of these things can happen for you. Mm-hmm. Obviously, it's just incredibly competitive. We see it every day.
Yeah.
Especially in a place like this or New York. It's just it's just crazy. Mm-hmm. But I think and I'm sure things change. Your goals change depending on the stage of life that you're in. I almost don't want. I think almost the biggest curse for me would be to find someone that I really, really liked. And this is almost masochistic a little bit. But I would want to give everything I could to my hypothetical family. And if I don't have this train going to where financially I can support it, that's like an unsustainable game a little bit. So I almost want to get this very difficult and very niche thing off the ground if I can, God willing, if it ever does. And then it's like, okay, but you have to be kind of unbalanced to do this. You got to kind of be a little crazy to do this. We were talking about you got to be crazy enough to like believe in yourself that you can be the one who can do this, and like
exactly.
And you got to make it all work. You got to make money in a place where it's really expensive to live. That's the other huge advantage I have is I'm from LA. I live with my parents, so I don't have to focus on as much of making life work. I still get to live in adolescence land a little bit and really put my time into the comedy.
Yeah.
Because I just don't, I have friends who like, I got to go sell door to door on a Saturday. I don't have to do that as much. Yeah. I can work here and then I can coach kids, quarterbacks privately, and that's enough for me to put into the sketches or the whatever. But yeah, I live at home. You know what I mean? So I don't have that like cool, like single LA life, whatever. Mm-hmm. But I mean, this is what I love to do, and I know it's what you love to do too. Mm-hmm. That's why even if you move, you're going to still do it.
Yeah, absolutely, dude, absolutely. But no, I like go to your point, like to run with it, especially with your situation. Run with it, bro. Seriously, you have all the freedom in the world. You don't got to be thinking about that family, right? And you're young. You're still in your 20s, dude.
Right.
Seriously, like I didn't want this until fucking like a year ago. My girl, I was talking to her the other day, and she was like, "You really changed within a year. Like this past year, it's kind of been different. You were very selfish in the beginning." And then now it's kind of just like, okay, I want some more.
But art is super selfish.
Yeah.
And stand-up in particular. It's just out there. Crazy. It's your thoughts. Yeah. It's everything. Like you got to be kind of, it's like an athlete. Like you got to focus on your body, your regimen, it's a full-on holistic thing. Mm-hmm. And if stuff is taken away from that, the audience can see it.
Yeah. I still think I'll do comedy if I go out there.
Oh, of course, I'm sure you
will. Yeah, I'm sure.
And it'll be more fun, especially for our stage, because, like you said, there's just people don't understand the comedy game. But like LA is the hardest place to do it, just because there's no audience members going to open mics.
It's crazy, dude.
Not as many shows, And
I thought that was so normal up until like a couple months ago. I was like, yeah, this is just how it is, and everyone's like, no, dude. Like all over the world, it's like you actually go in front of real audiences.
Yeah.
I was like, no, but this is a real audience, dude. They're comics. They know what's funny.
Right. Right.
But yeah, dude, it's interesting how just things change, bro, and like I don't know, but it is cool to see people like you and Fink. Like Fink just fucking did that. It's gonna get up with Adam Ray. Like that's fucking.
I know.
Dope.
He's
bro.
crushing it, dude.
He's
wild, fantastic,
dude. That's so crazy, so crazy.
Yeah, and like before you know it, hopefully our class or whatever you call it, those are the people who like, you know, you're establishing, you're going on the road, and you're doing all the things you wanted to do, and it like happened before you even know it, and you probably don't even have the ability to like fully experience and embrace it yet, and like enjoy it because you're just so focused on like the next. That's the hard part. It's like working hard and then also appreciating and enjoying it at the same time. Yeah. I've never been able to do that really, even with my athletic career. So I'm trying to learn from that this time around. Yeah. Because what are you doing it for if you're not having fun? I mean, this is like the feedback loop of fun is very direct, you know?
Right.
Like make people laugh. It's very fun. Yeah. You hang out with funny people. Yeah. Like super fun.
But it's even that, dude, like just getting at this age, like hanging out at like fucking till midnight, drinking till midnight. It's just like, dude.
Okay, I wanted to ask you, does that work in the world of stand-up of like, because the day I met you was at the Comedy Store. Yeah. And I never do that. I never go and hang out outside and bullshit. Like I just don't, I like to sleep and I like to go home. And
I would say it does work.
I'd rather write. But apparently it does. It's like.
Going to hang out works.
That's what's frustrating. I'm like, oh man, there's this whole other social world that you gotta be, you gotta mobilize resources there, or else it doesn't matter how good you are.
Right, and I think it's just people just want to get to know you. Honestly, that's all it is, and like they just, you know, it's almost like a rite of passage, almost, right? Like you just gotta hang out there. Because I'm not gonna lie, I when I was hanging out there a lot more than I am now, I was getting booked on everything, bro.
Really?
Yeah, dude, it was crazy.
God.
Yeah.
Just hanging out. Because I went with buddies. And I go, we're going to the Comedy Store. And, you know, you find out that as you're a comic, you get to watch for free. You know, you get to just sit in the back.
Yeah.
And I go, we're going to go watch. And they go, no, we're just going to
go hang out.
We're going to have drinks and talk. And I'm like, okay. You know, but I'm so out of it, you know, because I live with my parent. You know, I'm not like, you know, when you're out of your parents' house, you're hanging out more. You're outside of the house more. And I'm never home really, but it's just a different thing, you know. But these guys, it's like, the social thing. Yeah, I forgot. That's you gotta. People have to know you and like you to.
I would say once a week is fine. If you could just go once a week, that's fine, right?
I went to this one yesterday at the West Side Comedy Theater. Okay, a place I have never been to before. Yeah, but a friend of mine, Allie. Do you know Allie Noel?
I don't actually know.
She's black. No, I'm kidding. Okay. No, she is, but she's great. She's great. Allie, hi. She goes, you gotta put yourself out there more. Go hang out. So I'm like, fine. She sends me the party full, whatever. I'm like, God damn it. I'm hitting up all my comic friends, like, please go with me. Please go with me. They're like, I can't. I walk in, I swear to God, I was there for 4 minutes. And I walked out and I go, this was a complete and utter waste of time.
So the first couple times,
around at people.
The first couple times we'll feel like that. I did that the first time. A couple times I went to the store. I literally first time I walked in, I didn't even use the bathroom because I didn't know where I was going, and I was just like, all right, I'm leaving, and I just dipped, bro.
Yeah, like what did people do when they were bored and uncomfortable in public situations before phones? What did you?
I think they just talk to each other.
No, but if you don't know, because now you can be like,
but that's why I honestly think people would just talk. Honestly, dude,
maybe.
Just be like, what are you doing here? Type shit.
It is weird. That's all you have to do.
Because now maybe it's a thing because now you expect people to know you because of the social media, right? So it's like one of those things where back then the innocence of not knowing who each other were. Like you imagine back then. I mean, I was going to say Pauly Shore, but that's completely different. But like just a regular fucking comedian who's there, right? Like I don't know. It's just weird. I think social media maybe created that fucking like, don't talk to me. I have X amount of followers.
Right. Which is so freaking dumb.
Yeah, it's wild, bro.
It is. The cool thing about social media, though, and this is by no means an invitation to do this, but like that you actually can talk to your fans in a way that never existed prior to this. But like I'm fans. I guess technically they are. It's so fans, weird saying that, but fans. Like I guess people who like the stuff I make, thank God. Like I know these people, a lot of them. There's probably 100 people that I like engage with, right? You know, and they can even the cool thing, and eventually I'll probably have to stop doing this, but I put a lot of my like half-baked new bits on my Instagram story.
Stand up or just in the car?
Yeah, it's stuff that I would do in stand up.
Okay, but
which eventually I'll have to stop doing because it's like, why?
Yeah.
But these fans, they'll like critique it. They'll be like, do that, add this. So it's like it's another open mic that I'm getting in my car or at my house that I'm getting with an actual audience, but it's just over. It's very weird.
Fuck?
It's very like stunted and weird, but I do appreciate it.
Have you used someone's like suggestion?
Oh yeah. No. Yeah, because a lot of these people are real comedy fans. If they're following me, they probably follow every other comedian. So they're like, yeah, blah, 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 this is funny. This wasn't. They'll also tell me when it's not funny. They go, this was not funny.
And do you throw that bit out, or do you kind of just try to work it towards like the fuck
some
this
of
guy?
them, some of them when they don't like it, I know I'm onto something.
Okay.
I go, okay, if I pissed her off,
okay,
I know that's kind of what I was going for.
That's good.
It's like Patrice O'Neill said, true comedy is half of the audience is laughing hysterically, and the other half is horrified. That's kind of...
That's true. That's very true. Wild stuff, dude. When did you start to see like a massive growth in your social media? Like how long were you doing it where you're just like, oh shit, like this is like almost a machine on its own where I'm...
Probably the end of, 24, 23.
So about 2-3 months?
Was when it started to kind of grow fast. And also the way that my content strategy, if you want to call it, was never a strategy. It was kind of by accident. It's not easy to do because I'm burning bits.
Right.
It's not like... It's like skits are one thing, right? You can't really do those every day. This is something I could do every day, which is why I did it. But it's like you got to think of stuff. Yeah. It's not just like you got to like it's hard on me, and I'm reaching the point where I'm like I don't know if I can keep up the pace of every day doing it. Sometimes I'll miss a day, and I'm like oh shit, But yeah, I will say this though: if you don't do the social media thing, it's very foolish. It's very foolish because there's no stadium in the world
that's larger than
that can fit 6 million people in it, other than Auschwitz. No, I'm sorry, I can say it. Anyway,
you can say it.
Yeah, I guess. Anyway, no, but you get what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like, there's just a greater, breadth of people who can see you than just like hitting the mics. And I understand people are like, I don't want to do it. It's like, but you have to. Yeah, you have to.
Yeah. That's why I started hard with it, dude. Like do this podcast and the fucking stand up because I started basically at the same time. Like it's like a month.
Right, and just do it. Just keep doing it.
Yeah,
just keep doing it.
Yeah.
Just go into the mindset of like, if no one ever sees it, I enjoy doing this enough that I'll keep doing it.
Yeah, I like how you do it though. It's just like there's nothing fancy about it. Like my shit, I was like, oh, I'll shoot everything in here, make it fancy, and it's just your shit is just like, it's not that it's easy. But it's just like
no, but it is
something. Yeah,
it's to produce. It's incredibly. There's nothing. There's no cutting.
You just do one take.
You just do one take. You just go boom, bang it out, and just I don't care if people like it or they don't. And if they don't, then great. I know not to do it.
Yeah.
I know not to keep extrapolating on it. But
so what do you think you're going to do something different? Like as you were just saying that
we have some sketches that are like. I wouldn't say highly produced, but they're well done. Like my buddy Eric Johnson, who's a DP, like a real, you know what I mean? Like it's a real, it's like the complete opposite of what I do now.
Right.
What I do now is real, like janky, whatever, but like it is connected in some way and authentic. This is like, like something you would see on Key and Peele, hopefully, best case scenario, that type of sketch, YouTube kind of stuff. And we've been working on it for months, and we have, I think, 7 or 8 that we're going to release. And just because of the way the algorithm works, probably no one will see them. But it's like, oh, this is a real story. This is a real, you guys actually did something, you organized something. And maybe to somebody who has money who goes, hey, maybe these kids are, we'll throw them some money and they can make something for our network or whatever,
Well, I'll say this, dude. Like you having a following of 50,000, it may not seem a lot to people in LA, but dude, you'd be surprised how that helps you. Like I see people come in here and all they do is like social media and like they make a living off their fan base, and these people barely have any like 10,000 followers.
That's yeah, I'm fucking
insane.
up. It becomes more obvious to me every single day that like I'm doing like halfway what I'm supposed to be doing, but like the business side of it, I just am lost.
Well,
and I don't know. But what you told me is great advice. It's going to be a pain in the ass, but to reach out to everybody.
Yeah.
Hey, what city are you? And create like a list, which is brilliant. But we're not. You don't get into comedy because you're not one of the most lazy people. We're lazy.
Yeah,
That's what,
exactly.
You know what I mean? No, but I'll do it. I'll fucking do it.
That's hilarious. Ari was just telling me how fucking lazy comics were. Ari, the whole
Yeah, and I think on the grand scale, we're not.
No,
comparatively
dude,
speaking.
believe me, jeez, man, some of these comics
You're
are
like,
crazy,
God
dude.
damn.
It's
Dude,
wild.
I'll go to Mike sometimes and I'll have like a paper, like where I wrote with a pen. And comics will act like I just invented the wheel. They're like, you write it down on a paper? You're like, what? What are you talking about? I'll just go up there and do it. You're like, yeah, dumbass, of course I do. Yeah, it's like these people cannot help themselves.
It's
sometimes.
crazy, dude.
They're the best. But
100%. Whether it's wild, dude. It's wild. Good shit, dude.
Well, thanks, man. How long were we?
We can go a little bit more. 10 minutes more. You ain't got anywhere to be. Are you hitting mics tonight?
Yeah, I am.
You are. Where are you hitting?
Comedy Boulevard, baby.
Okay, I still have not been there, bro.
Go there, man.
Yeah.
Come on, hang out. It's a boys' fest over there, man.
Is it?
Yeah, it's cool. You get to say wild shit.
No kidding. Okay,
It's
I
my
didn't know
favorite
that.
place.
I didn't know this.
I'll say that. Comedy Boulevard. Yeah.
No shit.
It looks like a fucking closet where ISIS films beheading videos, but it's cool. Jason's great. Daria's great. I know there's other clubs that are cool too, but this place, like
That Fourth Wall NoHo is like my fucking.
I've never been to that one.
You have to, bro. Go
Is it
like
good?
go
Okay.
like the 4 or 5 o'clock one, dude.
Okay.
If you can, like you get off work here at 3, just hop on over there, hit the 4 and the 5. Oh my gosh, bro, you can say whatever.
Really?
I've heard the fucking just most fucked up shit in the room. It's insane.
Yeah. No.
People are getting way too comfortable again.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah.
It is wild.
On both sides.
Yeah. It's been wild though. People have been getting way too fucking comfortable. Like just fucking. Ugh, I can't even. It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Comedy is fun though, dude. I really do enjoy it. It's fun. It's fun. People are cool too.
Yeah.
People are super cool.
Do you get nervous when you perform?
I get nervous that I'll forget a joke. I don't get nervous anymore of being up there with a microphone. That like for the past couple months, it just hasn't happened. But I do.
Okay, that's a different. I didn't know those were different. Because in my head, the only thing that I'm really thinking about is like just saying things in the correct order and not missing something that's important.
Right.
That's where my, I don't think I'm nervous, but where your nerves are aware is because I didn't know people were just had stage fright for its own sake.
Right.
That's an interesting thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I mean, I did in the beginning, right?
Just being up in front of those people.
Yeah, in the beginning, but now it's not a thing anymore.
Yeah.
Like it's actually a lot more comfortable.
It's more comfortable than the green room, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah, dude. 100% actually.
Green room is where it sucks. When you're out there, it's fine.
I think it's because you're in your head more in the green room.
Yeah.
Right? Like when you're up there, it's just like, okay, well, you're in your head thinking about your bit, but it's just like, you got to live in the moment.
Yeah. It's also interesting when you're there with other comics because it's like if you're focusing on what you're doing and you're locked in, that's one thing, but are you talking to people? People probably know their act so well that they can do it in their sleep and they can just shoot the shit. But for people at our level, sometimes like I feel like we're like still thinking about, okay, I'm going to rework this. I don't want to forget this, whatever.
Do you do a lot of crowd work?
No.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, no. Here's my view on crowd work. Jason Collins. Do you know who Jason Collins is?
No, I don't know.
Very funny comedian.
Okay.
Very funny.
Open micer or like
No.
Okay.
No.
Colin.
Yeah, legit. Very, very funny. Super talented.
Okay.
He's talked about this and he said crowd work has to go somewhere. I cannot stand when somebody goes on stage and it's just the berating of the audience of just fishing for a clip. You can just tell they're just fishing. Just, oh, what do you do? Oh, you guys dating? Oh, you gonna? When it's embedded in a larger bit and you can get in and out of it, something that I think Adam Ray does so well. He's great at crowd work, but he embeds it within his bit. So he's talking about,
True.
I have a dog. Any of you guys have dogs? You know, oh. And they'd say something weird. He's like, well, you know, and he's very, very funny and good on his feet. But you got to be taking them somewhere, because what people don't see on the clips is all the times that you're wasting the audience's time trying to find something and nobody's. You've been in an audience for that when someone goes up there and they're clearly doing that and you're just sitting there like, oh, dude, just get to the jokes, dude, because
that's true.
Yeah,
actually.
You're just trying to. You've asked 6 people and nothing has.
That's so true.
I can't stand that.
Yeah.
Like, right. I want to know the unique thought and angle you have on whatever subject it is that you're interested in. And that's cool. And crowd work is great and it's funny often. But the ones you see online, that's the highlight reel.
Yeah.
It's the clip. What do you have a better success rate with? A joke that you know works, or making it up?
Yeah. True.
Yeah, and maybe you get something spontaneous and hilarious, but
That's true.
I don't know. I do believe that the most important thing of comedy is laughter. You know, you want to say things that you believe in, all that stuff, but I do think that. And I do think laughs per minute, right? That's like the old metric.
Yeah.
I think it does matter a little bit. People are going there to laugh. They're paying their hard-earned money to laugh. Make them laugh. Don't, you know.
Yeah.
That's just how I haven't been doing it long enough to have an opinion really about anything.
How long you been doing it?
Stand up a year.
Yeah. Same.
I've been writing longer, but
Okay.
like actually on stage a year.
Yeah. Well, good shit, dude. Well, fucking
thanks.
Cool. I appreciate you fucking come on the pod, bro.
Been a blessing
Seriously.
being here, man. Blessing.
If you ever want to hop on again, I guess you just fucking walk down the hall and just let me know.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Yeah, dude.
I'd love
Seriously,
to.
whenever
Sounds
you
good,
want.
man.
All right, brother. Thank you, dude.